we can phone beside it. Yandi, your foot.
It's not here.
No, it's not.
The conversation in the last weeks in the country has been about the proposed Bill 7, and of course, if you followed this conversation, it's been getting opposed opinions through and through. And of course, last week on Friday, we saw the Oasis FORUM, sit at the table with government to have a conversation and obviously come up with a way forward. Now, for those of us who are not abreast with the Oasis FORUM, it's an organization which is a coalition organization which comprises of the Law Association of Zambia, the Council of Churches in Zambia, the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia, the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, and the Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, or the NGOCC. And of course, if you watched the dialogue meeting between the Oasis Forum as well as members of government, you would have noticed that the Oasis Forum is chaired by Ms. Beauty Katebe, who happens to be also chairperson of the NGOCC. Today, you'll be glad to know that we have Ms. Beauty Katebe, so that we can have a conversation on what really transpired for the dialogue not to yield the results that many of us expected. Obviously, she's here so that she can give us the side of story and, of course, how we proceed from here. Mom, thank you so much for making time for us again on this show.
Thank you so much.
The biggest question that a lot of us have, obviously, after we saw you, have a conversation with the president and the cabinet ministers, we're expecting for some sort of a consensus to be agreed upon. But of course, is it the following day or the other day, we were just told that dialogue was suspended. We want to know, why did the dialogue fail at State House?
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, the dialogue failed mostly because I've always called this spade a spade. Both of us, government side and our side, we were adamant on our positions. I will begin with our position and the reason why we were adamant.
Mm-hmm.
Our position was that government must withdraw Bill 7 and that they should initiate a new process, and then we proceed. The reason was that in the initial process, government missed the process, and then constitutionally, the process has to be followed. Mm-hmm. So when we indicated that government must withdraw the Bill 7 from the floor of the House, government was also adamant that they had already gone that way and they wouldn't want to withdraw. Instead, they wanted us to support the process so that it can proceed and go for hearing or whatever it is, for passing,
yes,
at Parliament.
Parliament, yes.
We found it a little difficult, which we still find difficult, because the issue of withdrawal of that bill was not proposed by any other citizen other than the Constitutional Court. And then we were thinking that government, that is the executive, mm-hmm, was not supposed to disregard that ruling because it has a backing of the law.
Yes.
Any ruling becomes law. So we didn't understand why government was adamant on keeping the bill on the floor of the House instead of withdrawing it and restarting all over again. So on that score, we differed because we refused also to sanitize a flawed process for it to continue in Parliament. So we decided, actually, it's unfortunate that government indicated earlier than us that they have suspended. We actually withdrew from the process because we knew that we were not going to make any progress looking at how adamant the both of us were.
So I've heard, yesterday I saw Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwitwa here at the press briefing, where he actually informed the nation that the Oasis Forum went to the dialogue table with a very fixed position, saying this is our stance and it's non-negotiable. Is that accurate?
It is very accurate, and I will explain why we went with that adamant position. It's because it's law. It's law, it's judgment. So the judgment was, and again I repeat, the instructions in that judgment from the Concourt in Munia Zulu's case, Munia Zulu and Celestiano, versus the Attorney General. The court ruled that government was supposed to withdraw the bill and initiate the process so that it can now be a people-driven process.
So
and that is the formulation or amendment law. It has to be anchored in people of Colombia. So for them, the argument was, since we have followed the process of trying to clean up the mess that we made by constituting the technical committee, and the technical committee has gone to consult, but that is not the way it's supposed to be. It was being done in reverse, but the court did not allow them to do it in reverse. The court only asked them to withdraw and then start the process all over again. And we have no problems with a reform. If they withdraw, we have no problems with a reform. It's their mandate to want to reform. So
you're saying that they should just follow procedure?
Exactly.
If they follow procedure, are you going to support them?
In following procedure, we are going to support. Why can't we? We are just citizens of this country. Following procedure is what we are asking for government to do. Follow procedure, consult with the people. What is it that they want to sit in their constitution? What is it that they feel that is not correct in that constitution? That is starting with coming up with the technical committee. The technical committee goes to the people to consult, and then they come back and frame.
So as we move on from this one, I just want to get it straight. Both parties went to the table with no intentions of even meeting each other. Meeting each other halfway.
No.
Both parties went to the table hoping that the other person backs down and follows what they want.
Exactly.
Okay.
But for us, we wanted government to respect the court judgment, because that is an independent arm of government altogether. But the judiciary is infringing its position or right on the judiciary, which is not correct.
According to you, what do you think would have been the best outcome and fair outcome out of that dialogue you went to have at State House?
That dialogue, I will keep insisting on the issue of following the law. Let me put it this way. I have an issue with someone. That person takes me to court, and I'm handed a judgment of 2 years imprisonment. And then I go to prison, and then I look at the conditions, and I say, no, I'm not used to living in a condition like this one. I need to only save for 2 days and go back. That is what government is doing. They've been handed a judgment. They've been handed a judgment with clear instructions. Withdraw Bill 7. Initiate the process, and then you proceed.
What is your view on the government ignoring the court order?
Okay, so my view on the court ignoring the court order is that there is no independence of the three arms of government. And the reason why I say this is that I'm sure you listened to some statement by the Speaker of the National Assembly at some point when she visited Northern Province. She indicated that she was asking the executive to take back the Bill 7 on the floor of the House. Imagine this situation. We have the legislature, we have the executive, we have the judiciary that are supposed to operate independently. But imagine where even the speaker who heads the legislature is encouraging the executive to disregard the judgment from the judiciary. I think it's not working all right. That simply says that there is no regard for the independence of the three arms of government, which is not correct. And if we allow it to happen that way, I think we are going to be in for it as Zambians, because imagine a situation where the judiciary is closed in a way, the executive, the legislature at some point is closed not openly, but closed because the executive wants to override.
You are NGOCC chairperson. NGOCC is an organization that pushes the empowerment of women in all those powerful and different positions. How impressed are you with how Nelly Muti has handled the legislature?
It's actually very difficult for me to begin to discuss Nelly unless she's here with us so that she can defend herself. And for that reason, I will not go into discussing her, maybe whether in the negative or in the positive. I think the only time I can discuss Nelly is the time when you call us, the two of us, and then we sit here so that when I say something negative or I say something positive, she thumbs up.
I am definitely
when I say
doing
something
that
negative,
meeting.
she counters. So I will not go into discussing anyone here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, just to put it in context, like I said yesterday, Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwitwa gave an update on the reintroduction of Bill number 7 in Parliament, stating clearly that the bill retains in its original form and will actually not include submissions made to the technical committee on constitutional amendments. For the record, for people that are following us, Mr. Mwitwa was supposed to be, on this show today. However, repeated calls to get his confirmation proved futile. So either way, we will have this conversation because, like I said, he was supposed to be part of this. What is your view on the minister's statement that Bill 7 will not include submissions collected from citizens by the technical committee?
For me, the biggest worry there is the impunity. The impunity in which government can spend our money on the technical committee, rushed for that matter, gets back and they decide not to use what they have collected. Really, that is taking advantage of the people of Zambia. That is taking advantage of us. We don't, because we know the technical committee was using our money. Much as it was illegally constituted, it still used our money. It's illegal. It uses our money. It comes back and nothing is considered from the technical committee. Really, no.
For people who may have missed the minister's statement, here's a clip for you so that you can follow.
I want to clarify this and place on record that Bill number 7, which has been recalled back to the floor of the House, is the same bill. This same bill with the same contents without any alteration whatsoever. It is the same bill. It is not the proposed bill by the technical committee. And that this particular bill was recalled to the House in its original form for two main reasons. Number one, that in terms of Standing Order 122 of the National Assembly Standing Orders of 2024, you cannot introduce into Parliament a bill whose content and objects relate to a bill which is already before the House, or one which has been withdrawn from the House within that particular sitting or session of the House. So as we stand now, it is impossible at law to craft another bill to amend the Constitution of Zambia between the period remaining to subsist for this Parliament to be in existence. if we have to craft another bill to amend the constitution, it has to be after the general elections, because that is what the law says. Because within this session, this 1 year period of sitting of parliament, a bill which was deferred cannot be, which was deferred and or withdrawn, cannot pave way for a fresh bill with the same objects.
Madam, you followed what the minister was saying yesterday.
Indeed.
Where they actually said that the Bill 7 has been restated in Parliament and will not include submissions collected from the citizens by the technical committee. How do you think the government will now justify the expenditure, taxpayers' money spent in the last weeks?
Maybe I would not say why and how. I cannot say how they are going to account for that expenditure. I think I should be the one asking them to account, because that's my money.
Yes.
I'm the one who's supposed to be asking them to account. Why did you form this technical committee? That is the first question.
So,
is it for formality's sake, so that we can paint this? And I really don't know. Now the question again, when you listen to what Honorable Mwetwa is just talking about, why the rush? Why not withdraw? Because there are all these technicalities that are making this bill illegal. Why not just withdraw it and restart afresh? And you call it a different name. I think Zambians, let us look at what is happening. I think let us not be taken advantage of. What is happening? Why form a technical committee? It comes back in a very rushed manner. It comes back, and the minister today is telling us we are not going to consider this. Okay, so we put this report where and for what? Can we ask how much money that technical committee has consumed for nothing at all?
So, Madam,
are we looking at what we don't have as a nation? Well, let's look at our economy. Let's look at our economy. The other day I was just talking to the president and saying, you are not being helped with your by your ministers. What they are doing is call for wrong things and not explain what you have done so far and how it is going to impact our economy. They are not doing that. They are not explaining. Look at Honorable Mwetwa coming to the before the camera and talking to us about things that he's forgetting what he just said in the previous sentence, and then he said something else. And that is how us Zambians have been taken advantage of by this government. I think it's not correct.
I'll tell you this. In that clip we just played, the minister understands that if a bill is deferred, and these are his words, if a bill is deferred or withdrawn, it cannot be, we cannot continue until the next set of parliament. He understands that. He knows that.
Yeah.
What, do you think they just realized that now? Like, they just realized that, oh, wait, we can't even add the findings because, so we have to go with
because this bill will lapse.
Yes.
So if it lapses, what is the problem?
Because if they had this information, they would not have even set up the technical committee.
If it lapses, what is the problem? What is the rush? Why are we considering it in this sitting, especially if we have not done what is supposed to be done? We are still talking about the process. And the process informs content. What content are we going to have at the end of the day? If even what they have done already, they claimed some weeks ago, they were claiming that, no, we have constituted a technical committee, the one that they wanted Oasis FORUM to sanitize. We said no still, but okay, they constituted a technical committee. What has it contributed to the bill on the floor? Nothing. They have pushed aside the report. Oh, really? I don't know. I don't know what to say.
There are lines on the screen. There are numbers on the screen. You could give us that call. And of course, I would like to hear if you've got any questions for the Oasis Forum. Madam Beauty Katebe is actually here to respond to you or any contribution to this conversation. There are numbers on the screen that you can actually call. Give us that live call and let's have the conversation. Madam, do you, as the Oasis Forum, feel vindicated for calling for the complete withdrawal of Bill number 7?
Indeed, that's what I wanted to say, that we are vindicated. Because if this report is not considered, it's not anywhere near the Bill 7, then we don't know what process the government wanted to undertake. Then we go back to the ruling. The ruling says withdraw the Bill 7, initiate a new process, and as Oasis Forum, this I can assure you, we are ready for a reform as long as the process is properly followed. We are ready for a reform as long as the process is followed. We have no problems.
Are there I've heard where you've said that as long as the process is followed. If maybe say they won the election and they brought the exact bill, but they followed the process, are there certain components that you're not happy with, or the whole bill is fine? It's just the process that you're not happy with?
No, not really. Bills always, everywhere you go, it's ice cream smeared in, I don't want to mention. So you need to critically look at that. If the technical committee, because if they are going to initiate this process, definitely they will follow the procedure. And if they follow the procedure, the clauses will come from us, the public.
Yes.
Because they will come and ask, what is it that you want to change? And when we submit, that is when they'll go and sit. In fact, the one that is supposed to be formed first is the technical committee, which will come to the public, like the way they did, which will come to the public, and then to the public we give them the submissions, not to come and ask us about the submissions, the clauses that they already have. They should come and ask us about
what clauses should we put in there.
Yes, what should we put there? What should we change? And then when we submit, they go back and sit, they frame. Then they come back to us and ask, is this what you wanted to change? Then we say yes, then they start the issue of now taking the bill to Parliament. So it will definitely not come as it is. It will definitely not come as it is. If those that are interested in the clauses that are on this Bill 7 would want to resubmit, well and good, they will resubmit. It's every citizen's right to submit what they want to submit. So if they will garner enough people, they managed to garner. Look at how they managed to garner the people that were pro the Bill 7.
Yes.
They managed to garner all sorts of people that we cannot discuss, like I said. As long as they are not here, I cannot discuss them, but the public out there know what I'm trying to mean when I say they garnered all sorts of people to go and speak. Those same ones, they can go and resubmit the same clauses that are in Bill 7, and we can also, or whoever, not me per se, whoever would want to submit will submit, but let us follow the normal process so that we give to the people of Zambia what they have initiated themselves.
Great. How do you view government's decision to proceed with Bill 7 in its original form, despite opposition from several stakeholders?
Impunity, bulldozing, disregard of the law, and disregard of the people of Zambia that voted them into office.
That's very straightforward. And so according to you as the NGOCC chairperson, as well as the Oasis Forum chairperson, what do you think the government should do at this stage? I know what they're doing. They've already taken it back to Parliament. But what do you think should be done?
If I were, I will follow what this young lady said, that if I'm given 10 minutes to be president, I would push the bill into Parliament. I would take the bill into Parliament. If I were to be given that 10 minutes, I would withdraw immediately. Because if we are not careful, this bill, if it's forced on that floor of the House, it will cost UPND a vote. That I can assure them.
If it's forced in the House, it will cost UPND. If it is forced,
it will cost them a vote. Because people are not happy. People don't want it. Apart from those that want to give the president the impression that it is actually okay. Yeah.
I saw you talk to the president one-on-one, telling him that you and I, meaning you and the president, were pushing for certain reforms, similar, like for you were against for certain reforms similar to Bill 7, meaning back then it could be Bill 10 and all those other bills, and he was on the side of the NGOCC, he was on the side of LAS, he was on the side of the Oasis Forum. What do you think changes when people ascend to power?
Probably that was my concern, and that is
just hold your
why-
thought. Producer says there's a caller. Can I have headsets for the... Just hold on. Madam, can you use the headsets so that you can hear the call? Hi there, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Christian Glow. I'm calling you from Chiengi district in Luapula.
Mr. Ndrovu from Chiengi.
Yes, I'm visiting here, but I was tuned into your program.
Okay, please go on and talk to Madam Beauty Katebe. She's Oasis Forum chairperson.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I just wanted just one clarification from you, if you could indulge me. In 2016, there was a bill which was for the delimitation when it was introduced, and delimitation was done to introduce the new 6 constituencies back then in 2016. That same piece of legislation demands that within 10 years, new delimitation must be done, and that 10 years falls, the deadline for the 10 years falls in January 2026. Please kindly share your view in that if the delimitation is not done, the ECZ and by extension the government will be in default of the Constitution, and how best the delimitation can be done with the view of the Oasis Forum to meet that deadline, and as a nation we go forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I think the issue with Oasis Forum is not that delimitation must not be done. If you have listened to me very carefully, our issue is not that the bill is bad. Our issue is that government has not followed the process. And this is a legal issue. This is a legal matter. Process must be followed. That is one. 2, there is judgment sitting on the shelves of government, which has been handed by the Constitutional Court, which says withdraw the bill and start all over again. There is nothing wrong with government withdrawing that today and starting all over again. The question, Mr. Njovu, that I will ask, I know you will not answer, is that why is government failing to withdraw the bill which did not follow procedure according to the court's judgment and not start afresh and quickly? Even if they withdraw today, they can reintroduce, even when they were forming the technical committee, it would have been formed on a new bill. They would have just withdrawn, constitute that technical committee, and it begins to work. The question that you and most Zambians must seek answers for is why the rush? Why not follow the court judgment? Why not follow the ruling? Why not follow the normal procedure? I think that is where we have a problem. We don't have a problem with whether delimitation or inclusion, or we don't have. For your own information, Vanjovu, one of the clauses in that Bill 10 is my advocacy point, inclusion of women, youths, and the people with disabilities. So I cannot say no to it. It's part of my work. But is it coming to me in the correct manner? No. If it is not coming to me in the correct manner, and we say yes, how many more things will we allow government to do in the same way, and then we sanitize and we proceed? We don't run the country like that.
Madam, there's a caller. Hi there, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Dr. Kondowe from within Lusaka.
Dr. Kondowe, you may go on and talk to Madam Beauty Katebe.
First of all, let me congratulate Madam Beauty and the team. I think they are doing a recommendable job to speak for the Zambians. My concern is around what the minister has alluded to in terms of submitting the same bill that the Constitutional Court ruled against, that it was illegal. And in the case of course, Nia Zulu and Celestine Kandila. My question is, at this point, what could be the way forward? Does the MPs have the right to debate this particular bill that the Constitutional Court ruled as illegal? Isn't it illegal for them to start discussing things that the Constitutional Court ruled as illegal? Isn't it contempt of court? What can be done for us to be able to be on the right track as a country? I'm speaking in terms of maybe lawyers pushing maybe contempt of court at this particular moment, so that we don't have the MPs going ahead to debate a bill that was considered to be illegal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think according to our understanding, if they go ahead and debate this bill, they are debating an illegality, and that is our concern. It's contemptuous. Yes, it is. And just for the sake of the listeners, we are actually in court as Oasis Forum. I saw people celebrate that the case has been thrown out. What was thrown out was the petition to stop government to proceed with what they have proceeded with. Otherwise, the main case is still in court, and we will be inviting the community members to just accompany us to the court when the day comes for hearing. Thank you.
There are numbers on the screen. You could give us a call so that we can hear what you have to say. If you have a question for for the Oasis Forum, the chairperson is here, or just contribution. Hi there. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Reverend Banda, calling you from Town Center.
Reverend, please go on and talk to the Oasis Forum chairperson.
Thank you so much. Mama Mulibwanji.
Bwino Mulibwanji.
Isikomo kwa mbili. Choyamba nifuna kukuyamikirani. Ifukwata nshitu emene mwigwira. Simwango zikoma nikwantawu yakaena kuti mugwira nshitu emene. Sono Bill 7, I personally have not taken a view of it, but I've just heard it from people mentioning it and hearing some certain portions of sections that are in there, the clauses that are in there. Then, according to what I heard, I would say some of the things sounds better, but my request or the appeal to the government is that because of the time and the majority of Zambians, guru yochuluka yabantu insizwa kutisha mene chichitika nchani, and I would therefore side with the area statement which you shared with the president when he invited you to say, for now, if they can put that Bill 7 on hold, that is among ziko, and this is my comment and my say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam, let's take this other call before we proceed. Hi there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
You're speaking with Joshua. I'm calling you from within Lusaka.
Joshua from within Lusaka.
Yes, Madam Charity, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Afternoon,
Joshua.
actually.
It's afternoon already.
Yes. You may go on, please, and talk to the Oasis Forum chairperson.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think my submission to the Oasis Forum chair ladies, Zambia has 20 million people. And for that reason, it's very impossible for us to reach a situation whereby all of us agrees on one theme. There will be divergent views. Yeah. In as much as the Oasis Forum is opposing the bill, there are a lot of people that are in support of the bill. And the question is, what is the way forward? The way forward is the bill to be taken to Parliament so that that bill can be debated, can be voted for, and the outcome will be reached then. But then if we want to walk the street and be featuring on radio programs and saying Bill 7 is a bad bill based on what you think is bad, I feel like it's not helping anyone. In as much as she's saying that is a bad bill, to me it's a good bill. So you need to balance the two. I feel like the forum, the Oasis Forum, has the spirit of fighting. It fought Bill 10, and they are carrying the same spirit to fight Bill 7. So the Oasis Forum has the spirit of fighting, and it will keep on fighting bills and bills and bills. I feel like they are misunderstanding their mandate. Their mandate is not only to fight. They should also look at the good part of the bill, and at one point they should support something. We cannot be in a country whereby your duty is just to oppose and oppose and oppose. I think we are being unfair to the Zambian public, and we should just change and focus on the good part of the bill. Thank you so much.
Just before you go, Madam, would you like to respond to him whilst he's here, or you?
Yes. I think better I respond.
Okay, just on the line so she can respond as well.
Okay, so when you look at our submission, we are not saying that Bill 7 is bad. We are saying Bill 7 is an illegality, depending or arising from the ruling from the Constitution Court. So unless you say, since you think it's a good law, it doesn't matter what the court said, then we'll say, okay, but we will not be part of it, because then it's an illegality. What the court said and what the government is doing are two different things. Are you able to talk to government and quickly ask them to withdraw and start all over again? That is just to follow what has been handed to them by the Constitutional Court.
Are you still here, sir? Hello? I think he's actually gone. Just to set the record straight. He's actually gone. Just to set the record straight. The bill in its own, is it a bad bill?
We can't call it a bad bill because, like I said, in any bill, there are bad clauses and good clauses. And then, if there are bad clauses and good clauses, if they were formulated by the people, then we would definitely know that maybe this is what these others want and this is what... But these are formulated by probably the Minister of Justice.
So maybe I'm trying to get a very straightforward answer from you. If this same bill followed procedure and the components are the ones that finally made it, are you supporting it?
Maybe we could have been talking about those other, because we could have been part of it, eh? So we could have been talking about some of the clauses.
Some of the clauses in the bill.
Some of the clauses, no, but this one, why? And those are the things we could have been debating.
Let me just add a caller. Hi there, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello? Can I make a contribution?
Yes, please. You're live. Would like to know your name and where you're calling us from?
My name's Hillary. I'm calling from Australia. Good morning, Beauty.
Good morning. Thank you.
My only question is to you: if the bill is bad, if the bill is not bad, but the process is bad, surely you can come to a dialogue table without pulling strings. You're pulling to the left, the government's pulling to the right. It's just the process. If the process is so bad, you can still go back to the courts and say the process was bad and it ends there. Anyway, the bill has now gone to Parliament, so you guys can sit back with us, the citizens, and watch from the terraces, watch how these things unfold. Because the 156 members of Parliament come from all the constituencies in Zambia and have the mandate from the people that they represent. You as CSOs, as good as me as a citizen, we don't represent anyone. You may say, oh, we've got 100 people under us, but can you bring them to the table? You probably can't. So can we move on? And if you are press briefing, it's not nice. It's not nice. People outside the world are looking at us and saying,
Mr. Hillary, I've got a question for you before I hand you over to Madam Beauty.
Yeah.
So you followed that there was a court ruling that said the bill is unconstitutional?
Yeah, I did.
What's your view? What's your view in government taking back the bill into government when there's that ruling?
Well, did they formulate a technical committee? They probably did. They did. Did they go to the people and get,
what have they done with the report from the technical committee?
Well, it's going to go to Parliament. I'm pretty sure the president said
it hasn't.
Did you listen to the clip we played of the minister just a while ago?
No, I just joined.
Okay. Let me share with you. Let me share with you. So those findings that the technical committee presented to government have got no effect on the previous bill. They've not added anything. They've not changed anything. They've just taken back the actual bill that was called unconstitutional by the Con Court. They've taken it back exactly in its form, in its original form, back to Parliament.
Yeah, right. So those 13 clauses, did the UPND just make them up, or they came from other, like Mvunga, Review Commission, Mungoba and all that? Did they pick them from there? And this delimitation that other politicians are talking about, was it a UPND thing, or is it a thing that came from the PF? Because
so those questions are the ones that now should be ringing in the minds of the people of Zambia to say, why are we questioning this? It's because we have all those questions that you are now asking. Did they take this from where? Did they do what? What is happening? Why not follow the normal procedure? Those are the questions. And as Zambians, I think it's very, very unfair to the ones that are coming after us if we are going to take an illegality because we don't want to fight and sanitize it and it becomes a legal process. I think it's very, very unfair. What are we telling our children? What are we telling our grandchildren? That if something is illegal and then you don't want to fight, just leave it, let it go.
Like a fight. Political parties were taking it up like a fight. It now became like, we'll see who's stronger. The opposition is pulling this way, and in there you're entangled, and then on the other side you had the government. You went down the dialogue table, you sat down, and then what happens? You just write a letter. You can keep going for dialogue, and then say to the people, oh yeah, on day 1, this is what happened, day 2, this is what happened, 3, this is what happened, but we didn't agree.
Let's conclude, Mr. Hillary. Let's conclude so that we can allow other callers to come through.
Yeah. You can't go for one dialogue meeting, then the next day you say, we're not going. No, you can't do that.
Let's conclude, sir.
And then the following day, government takes the bill to Parliament.
Thank you.
What does it tell you? It tells you that they were actually moving at a supersonic speed.
I don't know how I could have missed the deadlines. It's like on Tuesday, cabinet sat. And then they said, okay, we should take, it's like cabinet sat in the morning and we should take this bill back to Parliament. In the afternoons, it was already in Parliament. I was like, this is very efficient. It's very efficient from the part of government. Let me add in a caller. Hi there.
Hello.
Hi there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you, sir.
Great. Your name and where are you calling us from?
You're speaking to Edwin Sain, calling from Mufumbwe, Northwestern Province.
Mr. Edwin from Mufumbwe, Northwestern Province.
Yes, sir.
You may go on, please.
Yes, good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sure. I think as Zambian citizens, we are also puzzled from the action of Oasis Forum. Because the first thing that the Oasis Forum are supposed to do is they should tell the Zambian people why is it that the bill should not go to Parliament. The process were followed, and before the bill was also voted by the president to allow consultations to consult the citizens, which the government has done. They have consulted all the constituencies, all 156. And we have put our input in that bill. Just recently, the technical committee took the report. They have submitted that report. So I don't understand if they are saying the procedures were not followed. Maybe Madam Katebe wanted the committee to go at his place and consult her. We don't understand as Zambian citizens. The other thing that is also looking to be more stubborn is that the Oasis Forum has teamed up with the opposition leaders just to fight because of the frustrations. They are not fighting in good faith, but because of the frustrations that they have, looking at the fact that the way they lost power in 2021, so they are just trying to do a revenge to try
when you say, I want us to have a conversation. When you say the Oasis Forum has teamed up with the opposition leaders just to fight because of frustrations, what have they done as a team to fight government?
If you look at when the president invited them to go to State House, what did they take to State House? The only statement that the Oasis chairperson said was, we want government to hold this bill. It should not go through parliament. Because they were invited to come to State House so that they can also come up with alternative solution. What is it bad here? If this is bad, what should we do? That's what we should do as citizens to help our government to...
Do you know about the ruling, the Constitutional Court ruling, where they said that the bill number 7 is unconstitutional? Do you know about that ruling?
After that ruling, that's when the bill was voted, is it? Yes, so it was stopped to allow wider consultations, which the consultations has been done.
So after the consultations, after the consultations,
no, let me come in before the consultations. Do you know that the judgment was that the bill must be withdrawn?
Can you hear, madam? Can you hear?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Okay.
Yeah, did you know that the first item in the ruling is that the bill must be withdrawn completely and the process be initiated? So where are we taking the withdrawal? Because the Court did not talk about deferment of the bill. It said withdraw completely.
Which you are aware and you know. But you and the Catholic Church, you are trying to use the church to sabotage the government and do those wrong things that you are doing. You are a Zambian citizens who should see to it that our country is progressing very well, unlike fighting unnecessary, so that you start pulling from the right and left, which is not going to help us as the country. We can't move like that.
Let's conclude.
We should put our differences behind for the sake of the development of the country. Not that because I don't belong to this, I should pull this side. Then we are not helping.
Should go with illegalities.
Would you like us to conclude so that we can bring in other callers? Conclusion?
Sure. So we are fully, as Zambian citizens who means well for this country, we are fully in support of that bill, because if you look at how other people are suffering in these constituencies, especially when we talk of the limitations, we are suffering. There's no equity in terms of sharing the government cake. So the president has the heart of making sure that every Zambian citizen gets equal share from the government cake. But now, Madam Katebe, want to stop that from the Zambian citizens. Which shows that the Oasis Forum together with the
if you're not going to conclude, I'm going to end the call because I've asked you to conclude.
They don't mean well for the country. They don't mean well for this country. So the Catholic Church should also abide for spreading the word of God.
So listen, if you're not concluding, I'm going to cut the call. I've asked you to conclude.
All right, thank you. I conclude by saying we are supporting this bill and want to see it go through because we really need it.
Thank you very much. When you do come through, please try to follow instructions. There are like a lot of calls that are coming through, and also we have to give feedback, so you can't stay on the call for a long time, lest we are accused of silencing, other views. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Afternoon, and good afternoon, Madam Betty.
Good afternoon. Thank you, sir.
We'd like to know your name and where you're calling us from, sir.
This is Moses, Lusaka, South in particular.
Okay, Mr. Moses, please, I would like to hear your views on the conversation.
Sometimes, to be honest, we think that is happening with our government today. It's bad. When Bill 10 was being done, it went worldwide consultation, and it had a lot of consultation, more consultation than Bill 7, which has come to be like a surprise. Zambians who are being said that they were consulted, how many? In Lusaka Central, here we are in Lusaka, I didn't hear where the Chief Justice went and the city calling people to add their voices to that Bill 7. That Bill 7, it was just going around in those strongholds, particularly for UPND. No wonder when they went to, where Matakazembe is, they were refused there to be received. But they went in those strongholds for to get their support. Now, today, they are coming, and moreover, it's not Chief Justice who is in forefront of that bill, but the President himself is in forefront of that bill. So why are they so fast and quick to change rules as we have remained only with few months to go for election? Like Madam, the way she's saying.
Let's conclude.
Okay. For me, I give 100% support to Madam Beauty. Can you continue? Stand on ground to defend Zambians. Because the bill that is being made is not for UPND. It's for Zambians. And Zambians are waiting for something good for that constitution to come out. Not constitution for UPND. No. We are saying, like a voice for Zambia, as a Zambian, I say no to such thing. In Zambia, we need something that will bring unity, not something that will divide us as Zambians. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate you. Madam, just a quick response to one of the two calls that we have received.
Yeah, I think for the first caller before this one, the thing is that we as Zambians are all interested in maybe the reform. Even in the form that it is, we cannot say no. But to
even in the form that it is,
we cannot. But to encourage an illegality, that it was constituted in an illegal way.
So
and then because we are supporting or we are not supporting government, we should go with it. I think that is not supposed to be the case. For all Zambians listening out there, let us do things for our country, not for UPND, not for PF. Then we will craft laws that will stand the test of time. Then we will encourage the executive to leave these other two arms of government to operate independently. One thing that I want to announce before we can receive another call is that the position of Oasis Forum is just standing on principle that we have a judgment that has instructed government to withdraw, not to formulate or not to come up with a technical committee midway. It said withdraw and then start all over again. We are here to start with government, even if we will not be anywhere near, but we are here to support for them to just regard the judgment as it is, and unless we say the court has overturned that judgment. If it hasn't overturned, then government is actually in error by even constituting the technical committee, which has just consumed resources from the coffers, and then that report has not been utilized.
Okay, producer says we talk to the people because there are a lot of calls in wait. Hi, good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Thank you. You have 1 minute to talk to Madam Beauty Katebe.
Good afternoon, Madam Beauty.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's extremely sad that you have continued up to now to drag this matter with the government. The government offered you a very good platform to have a dialogue. Unfortunately, before going to the dialogue, you had a meeting with the Tonse Alliance, which ruined the spirit of the dialogue. The first 5 minutes that you were given, we saw you issuing a very, very strong statement, which was out of the spirit of a dialogue. And at the end of the day, we saw you withdrawing from the dialogue, which is very, very unfortunate. People of Zambia are not taking you serious.
You have a minute, sir. You have a minute, sir. There are a lot of calls. You have a minute.
The people of Zambia are not taking you serious because we are unable to differentiate you from being the chair lady of the Oasis Forum, or either are you a Tonse Alliance member. We don't know what is really wrong with you. I think you should take yourself serious and just tell us what is the process really.
Okay. Like I mentioned, you only have a minute. So we have a lot of calls. Please try and follow instructions.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would want her to explain to us what is the process.
Okay, thank you. So listen, if we asked you to just talk for a minute, let's try and follow a minute, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be accused of silencing views. Please, if we can stay under those instructions, it will really be very nice. Madam, you went and had, according to him, and had a meeting with the Tonse Alliance before you went to State House.
We had a meeting as Oasis Forum, and we are not part of Tonse. If you see us with different political parties, it's because we are pushing the same agenda. We pushed agendas like this with the ruling party today. We pushed agendas to a point where the president of the Republic of Zambia today would even walk into my office to come and discuss national issues. There was nothing wrong. I think I was never given any name at all by the UPND. That time I was being called UPND. We only work to look at national matters, and national matters normally the political parties are involved. So we are not Tonse, we are not UPND. Just a few days ago, I think in March, April, when I delivered a speech on Women's Day, PF called me UPND. We didn't know that we have voted into NGOCC office a UPND cadre. We will never be cadres, but we will confront national matters as they come.
There's a caller. Hi there, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, DJ Shasta. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. I would like to know your name and where you're calling us from.
Please, Sydney Piri from Eastern Province.
Sydney Piri from Eastern Province?
Yes.
Please go ahead and talk to Madam Beauty Katebe.
Madam Beauty Katebe, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, thank you, sir.
Please, thank you so very much. Obviously, I'm asking myself, if I was writing an exam, reading my exam room, and then Nikopera or Nangena paper, I want to believe that according to Malamulo, Basakamba Kuti Nangena material, I mean, exam room. And then it means pepa yanga ya exam, bazali pisha mu exam, because sina chite chitu cha zona. I'm surprised that the people of Zambia, we are acting like we are taking this matter of Bill 7 acting. It's like we are acting a drama when I see people, reacting differently and others using English so to prove and want to intimidate people that they can really defend.
To the point, Sydney, to the point, because of time, to the point.
So my point is that it is true when the ruling says that the process is wrong and it must be the process must be followed. It means that the bill itself, it is poison, not until the process.
The court ruling must be abandoned and we move because we want to be peaceful. It's quite amazing.
Madam, as I let you go because of time, what is your next strategy as the Oasis Forum now that the bill has been reintroduced into the National Assembly?
Okay, as you can see, the bill that has been reintroduced in the National Assembly is an illegality. And then in the National Assembly, we only have members of parliament that are now, we are entrusting this bill with, much as it is an illegality. Then they should actually treat it as an illegality and not vote for it. And if I were the members of parliament, I would actually abscond. If you remember Bill 10, the members of parliament from the opposition absconded and it failed because they could not reach the threshold.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I were them, I would actually just abscond.
Would you be disappointed if the members of parliament voted for this bill to pass?
It will be disappointing, especially that there is rumor that some of them have gotten the money. It will be very, very disappointing.
When you
then
say
we will know.
Rumor that some of them have gotten the money, what do you mean? Like they've been paid
There is rumor circulating that people have gotten 3 million each so that
to
they
be able
could
to support.
Yeah, so that they could support. If anything is correct, why should we pay for it to go through? Because people must be rushing and dashing for it to go through. Why should we even begin to negotiate and pay people and such rumors? And it's quite strange. Yeah.
As we come to a close, is there anything you'd like to say to the Zambian people in this period?
To the Zambian people out there, what I can say is that what Oasis Forum is doing it out of principle. We are not aligned to any political party. So when you see us interact with political parties, it is because the matter at hand involves them as well, especially politicians, maybe citizens, especially when you listen to some of the contributions that were coming, you would know that citizens do not understand exactly what is happening. Their cry is, let's have peace. We have peace, we want peace. And even when we violate the ruling of the Constitutional Court, that is not peace. That is very, very violent. You cannot violate the judgment of the Constitutional Court and call ourselves as a peaceful country because we want everything to go through. An illegality is an illegality. As it is, the Bill 10 that is sitting in Parliament is an illegality because the process was a nullity. I thank you.
Madam, thank you so much for making time for the Zambian people in Zambia and across the world. As you've heard, people, calls were coming through from across overseas. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you so much.
We've been talking to Oasis Forum chairperson, Madam Beauty Katebe, and of course, we hope you've learned one or two. This program accommodates views from all sectors. Okay, it's never one-sided. It will never be one-sided. It will always accommodate. I saw a comment of someone saying this program should have accommodated someone from the government who is supporting Bill number 7. I have to make mention that we actually extended an invitation to the chief government spokesperson, Honorable Mwitwa, but of course we couldn't conclude on him confirming. So we did make that effort. It's been Shosta's House. My name is Jackson Piri. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful day.